A very good afternoon, dear teacher mentors. I firstly thank all of you for being with us throughout the year and being the part of the mentoring throughout the year. You have been facilitating for the past four Sanchalana centers, and so we heartily thank you for being with us. To start with today's session, I heartily welcome Mr. Ravish, the subject inspector, Tumkur district, to address the gathering and also provide your valuable input, sir. So please take over. You can unmute yourself and speak, sir.
Okay, dear mentors, I hope you have gone through the material already. So if you have any doubts regarding that module, you can discuss here. What type of feedback is coming at the clusters, that also we can share. So all the participants, please go to, if you haven't gone through the material, now you just browse it and try to ask questions based on the material you come across.
Thank you, Ravish, sir. Can you take the discussion forward, sir?
Okay, madam. Okay.
Thank you so much for being with us, sir. And addressing the gathering. Michelle, please take the discussion forward.
Thank you, Brinda. Thank you, Ravi sir, for addressing our discussion. And welcome, dear teacher mentors, to this discussion regarding our January module. We have prepared this module, considering the feedback and input that we have received, and considering the different strategies that you might require at your classroom level, to teach learners language experientially. This module, we have, like every other module, grammar, prose, and poetry. And in grammar, we will be addressing these topics, WH questions, even though it's specified as when and where. We would like to address all the WH questions. Then there is how to use a dictionary, sentence formation, and two-word and three-word sentences specifically. So these topics, we have tried to address it from a holistic point of view, so that if you're whichever grade you are teaching, you can use the material for that grade particularly at that level. When it comes to prose, we are looking at comprehension, since most of the learning outcomes are mostly around critical thinking, comparing characters, events, ideas, themes, and relating them to real life. We have done contextualization activities in the previous modules. So in this module, we'll be particularly focusing on comprehension. And in prose, we will look at story sequencing. Furthermore, poetry, once again, the learning outcomes point towards poetry recitation. So here, more or less, the learning outcomes are responding verbally or in writing, story or poem heard or read. Now, response also includes different aspects of poetry recitation, as well as expression. So expression is something that we are looking at in this module. So quickly, let's take you through this module. We have a very cute discussion between Chimpu. If you are following our explainer videos and our modules, we have introduced a superhero called Lady Bird, who is a teacher, and she has a small sidekick called Chimpu, and they have a lot of English adventures. You can also use these videos in the classroom. Children might get excited looking at a superhero. So now Chimpu is asking the wise old owl, Jana Gube, for help. And as usual, the owl is giving Chimpu some important tips and techniques that Chimpu can use to teach in the classroom. So let's begin with what we have in store. So in grammar, one of our first topics is WH questions. Now for this topic, what we thought we could do is create a song so that you can take this song to the classroom. You can help learners learn it. You can learn it, teach them the song. And it is a good way for them to remember the different WH questions and also kind of memorize what each question is used for. You can use this song in different ways for different grades. For the younger grades, you can make it simple. For the higher grades, it can remain complex. But we're going to play this song for you. So please do give it a listen.
What are WH questions? WH questions ask for information. What are WH questions? They are questions that start with WH. What, when, where.
There was some disturbance. We'll just play that again.
What are WH questions? WH questions ask for information. What are WH questions? They are questions that start with WH. What, when, where. Let's learn them. What, when, where. Let's learn them. What helps us ask about a thing? When helps us ask about the time? Where helps us ask about a place? Let's keep this in mind. What are WH questions? WH questions ask for information. What are WH questions? They are questions that start with WH. What, which, who, why. Let's learn them too. What, which, who, why. Let's learn them too. Which helps us ask about a choice. Who helps us ask about a person? Why helps us ask about a cause? And that's how we use these wonderful questions. These are WH questions. WH questions ask for information. These are WH questions. They are questions that start with WH. What, when, where. We've learned them. What, which, who, why. Now you know them too.
So this song is something that we want you as teacher mentors to encourage teachers to take to the classroom. Okay, so it's a nice song. We will be sharing the link for the video, and we'll be sharing the video with you. So this is something that you can help children learn. Now, what we want to also ask you, dear teacher mentors, is if you can encourage your teachers to come up with actions for this song along with the children in their classroom. for this WH song and send the video to us. Or let them send the video to you. You can send the video to us. However it works. Encourage them to teach actions for this song, help children learn this song. It is a great mnemonic device to remember something like WH questions. So please do try this out in your centers. Now we have different activities for WH questions. I will just hand over the mic to Angelina, and she will just take us through some of the activities planned for WH questions.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Okay, so we will start with activities for the WH questions. So, what the activity involves displaying a picture to the students and asking them questions about using one WH question, so they get familiar with that particular question. So each image will focus on just one particular question. Like, for example, if we are looking at where, it will ask questions like, where is a place? Where is the boy flying to? Where are the alphabets going? Where is the pencil going? Where is the sun? And where is the boy? Okay, then another activity that that we are looking at in terms of answering the questions we are using image strips. So image strips, we show the learner two pictures and ask them the question. For example, who is that boy? So they have option A and option B. Now, option A being the right one, the sentence is, that boy is my brother. So the learner is able to read the WH question, find a formula to that, follow the same pattern for all the WH questions. The next activity is show and tell. And show and tell is when we are using pictures from the text. In these, you are free to ask any questions to the learners regarding the lesson in the text. So you use a combination of different WH questions. Okay, the next activity is sentence sticks. Now, sentence sticks involves creating sentences using words put together in a particular order that they make logical sense. So there are two levels to this. One, for the lower level, they can use nouns, objects, and verbs. And the higher level can include all parts of speech. So these words are written on ice cream sticks and then are distributed amongst the learners. They then categorize the ice cream sticks into the respective cup, which is labeled, could be noun, verb, subject, any parts of speech that is relevant for that particular sentence. So then the students put the ice cream sticks together to make a sentence. Okay, for complicated sentences, we can add parts of speech like articles, verb, and then when we form the sentences, you will see that the older students in a higher level will be able to make longer and complicated sentences. This can also be used for summarizing a particular text. So here we are looking at the lesson, the unique painting. In the unique painting, we pick out the most most important sentences from the text, which kind of gives us an idea about the story. So once you do that, then the children are look at different words, categorize them, and then put these words into a sentence to make a summary. So they can form similar sentences, and collectively it will be the summary of the lesson. So some of the words that you can use are the pronouns. That's he, it. You can use verbs. These are words that are used in the passage, in the text. So you can use them also as part of sentence starters also to help the students make longer sentences. Okay, the next activity is question and response dice. This is also a game that is relevant to WH questions. So here you can you can make a dice using paper or chart paper and write WH questions on each face of the dice. Then the dice is rolled, and then the student is asked the question depending on which face of the dice is facing upwards. So you could ask questions which are general, or you could ask questions that are relevant to a particular lesson.
So next, we have how to use a dictionary, which is also a topic that we are dealing with for this month. Now, for this particular topic, once again, we have an explainer video. We will be showing you a bit of that video since we do not have a lot of time. We will send out the video, of course, to you, and you can sit and watch it. The video is about 8 minutes. And this video details the process of how learners can use a dictionary. Now teachers can see this video and explain it in the same way for learners, or show the particular video as well, since it has an animation and story lines. So we will just share the video with you and just
Hello everybody, I am Miss Gube. I know you all think I'm the wise old owl now, but there was a time when I was a little girl and didn't know a lot of things. There was one particular book of words called the dictionary that helped me find anything I did not know. I would like for you to see it. Let me take you back in time and show you how it helped me when I was in school.
Hi everyone, I'm Putta Gube and I'm returning from school. I have some homework to do. The teacher has asked me to write a few sentences on my adventures in the jungle. But I don't know what to write because I do not know the meaning of the words adventure and jungle. Let me call my best friend Ladybird and ask if she can help me. I need your help, Ladybird.
I'll be there, Putta.
So glad you came, Ladybird. I could really use your help in my homework. Can you tell me the meaning of the words adventure and jungle, please?
I would love to, my dear, but I won't always be around to help you with word meanings. So, here is a gift that you will find useful.
Really? How?
Would you want to use a dictionary?
A dictionary? What is that?
Oh, that is a treasure.
What is a treasure?
Something that has high value. Come along. Let me take you on a treasure hunt of words.
But there are so many words here. How do I find one?
We'll use the help of the alphabet. Follow me. Let's say the alphabets.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y,
And Z. Good job, Putta. To use a dictionary, you need to know the order of the letters in the alphabet. Now that you know it, let's begin. Let's find out the meaning of the word adventure.
Yes. What's my first step?
We will need to find the page that lists the words that start with A. In the dictionary, words are arranged in alphabetical order, just like the letters of the alphabet. This makes it easy for us to find words quickly.
Okay, let me try then. A is the first letter of the alphabet.
Yes, good. So words listed with A will be at the beginning of the dictionary.
Ah, that's quite simple.
Let's look at the words listed under A.
There are so many words that start with the letter A. How do I find the word adventure?
Continue to follow the alphabetical order. Now, within the A section, the words are further arranged alphabetically. What is the second letter of the word adventure?
D. D comes after the letter C and before the letter E.
Excellent. So, we need to look for words beginning with the letters A, D. It should be after words beginning with the letter A, C and before words beginning with A, E. Let's look.
Guess that is the second step. Let's
So, yes, so this is how the dictionary video will flow. We will show how words are found in the dictionary, and how learners can actually use um, l- uh, the sequencing of the alphabets to find the words in the dictionary. Now, since sequence, and we will also touch upon the meaning and different parts of the meaning that are mentioned in the dictionary for each word is also something that the dictionary video will showcase. So along with this, while you're teaching the dictionary, while you're teaching learners how to use the dictionary, and when you're using the video and everything, there are a few activities that you can use. We will just take you through them.
Remember, teachers, that this video has been made specially for classroom transaction. It is not required that you need to play the entire video in order to teach the children how to use a dictionary. You can pause as and when you find convenient to intervene and do the activities that we will propose or present to you now. So we are suggesting a classroom transaction where this video and these activities help you in helping the learners understand how to use a dictionary and use it whenever they require. So we hope that that combination works out for you, and do let us know what you think about it.
Okay, so one of the activities that are related to dictionary is the dictionary hunt. In the dictionary hunt, we put different elements of the dictionary. We write it down on chart paper or pieces of paper and hide it around different places in the classroom. The students pick out these notes, which could either be pronunciation key, part of speech, or meaning, and then they need to find the corresponding word in the dictionary. Another activity is the matching cards. The matching cards involves getting the child to find two cards with the same information. So you have abbreviations that are used in the dictionary. So those are written on one card and the full form is written on the other card. So the child needs to find the combination.
So that brings us to the end of grammar. Now let's look at some activities that we have planned for prose. Of course, comprehension is the larger theme that we will find across the learning outcomes for all grades. So how do we actually help learners with comprehension, and what are the different aspects of comprehension we can focus on? Dear teachers, if you look through the previous modules, you will find that we have picked up different aspects of comprehension for learners. We have looked at opinion and facts. We have looked at inference. This module, we are going to be taking a look at how can they sequence the events in a story. So the previous module, when it came to prose, we were looking at retelling a story. This module, it is about story sequencing. So story sequencing will also help learners summarize a story. They will, whether it is in speaking or in writing. So how do we actually help learners after listening to a story, after you've explained the story to them? How do we help them recall a story and summarize the main events of a story? This can help them in their examinations, in their written examinations, as well as orally. So what we want to propose here is using the approach of arts integration. Now, I am sure it's not a new concept to a lot of you. You all may have used it as well. So this is something that we want to encourage in the teachers as well, with a few ideas and a few approaches. So here we're going to use arts integration to create a story sequencing bracelet. So let's watch a video that will help us do this. And this is a video, once again, you can play in your centers, or if you can also help your teachers create this bracelet using this video. Please have a look.
Language learning is not just about memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules. It's about how learners apply language to comprehend different ideas, concepts, and emotions. This is a marker of success in language acquisition and an increase in language proficiency in a learner. That is why it is important we work on enhancing learners' comprehension of language while we introduce them to rules and syntaxes in the language. One of the many ways we can aid comprehension in language learning is through arts integration. What do I mean when I say this? The word arts in arts integration is an activity that involves the use of imaginations, skill, and creativity to produce work that stimulates the senses and brings out emotions. This can be visual arts like drawing and painting, performing arts like drama and music, or literary arts like storytelling, creative writing, and poetry. Even digital art like photography and video production are part of arts integration activities. Now, let's look at an activity that uses craft to help learners learn the sequence of important events by creating a story sequencing bracelet.
Let's take the example of Children of Courage Bravery Awards from grade 5. Let's take the first story to create a story bracelet. What you need to do is pick out the main events of this story. Here we have 4 main events of Harish Chandra's story. Number 1, Jawaharlal Nehru was watching a performance at Delhi's Ramleela grounds in the Red Fort. Second, a fire broke out in a shamiana through a short circuit. Third, Harish Chandra, a 14-year-old scout, quickly took out his knife and cut the burning Shamiana. And fourth, this act saved the lives of hundreds of trapped people. Once you pick out the main events of the story and you've sequenced it in order, decide the images that you want to use to represent each segment or each event. Here are some examples of images that we could use to represent these sequence of events: a fire, tent, a knife, an award, Nehruji, and so on.
Let's make a story bracelet. First, let's take all the materials required. 1 sheet of newspaper, a pencil, a pair of scissors, glue, thread about 10 inches, and strips of colored paper. First, let's draw the images. Before you draw the images, use a bottle cap to give you a circular outline. Now, give it a small head, like this. Now, let's draw the images we have used to represent segments of our text within this particular circle, like this. Once you have done this, cut around the circle and the head. Do this for every image. You should get a couple of images like this, with cutouts like so. Now, let's begin making the beads with the newspaper. To do this, cut the newspaper into triangular strips. They should look something like this. Now, take a pencil and begin rolling the strips of paper into beads like this. Once you come to the end of the strip, apply some glue to the last piece of the strip and fold the strip in. Now slowly try to remove the pencil from inside the bead. And now you have a bead. Like this, make many beads, about 7 to 8. Now, let's start creating the bracelet. Take the images that we have cut out and poke a hole at the head. Once you have poked holes large enough for threads to go in, arrange the images in order, that is, in the order of the sequence of the story. And now start assembling the bracelet. Take one end of the thread and insert a bead. Next, insert the first image. Use a pencil to help you get the thread through the hole. Excellent. Continue assembling the bracelet with another bead. And then the next image. Now place the length of the bracelet around your student's hands, and once it's done, cut off the ends of the thread.
When you do this activity in the classroom, you can ask the learners to come up with their own images for each of the important events in the story. Now, learners can use the different images or beats on the bracelet to recall different parts of the story. For example, Jawaharlal Nehru was watching a performance at Delhi's Ramlila grounds in the Red Fort. A fire broke out in the Shamiana through a short circuit, and so on. You can also help learners summarize a text using the story bracelet by prompting them to write down what they recall as they move through the different images and beats.
So dear teacher mentors, here was a wonderful bracelet activity. Like this, arts integration has many types of not just craft, but we can also include theater. We can also ask students to collect waste material. So here is a good idea to integrate even environmental science and environmental ethics into teaching, of language. We can ask them to collect waste material from their homes and build something that is representative of the text to also help them remember the story. For example, they can build a tent out of all the waste materials, and so on. Further, we have also we could also use subject integration in an activity like this, where we have environmental science and a language coinciding to teach a particular aspect. Then we have poetry. Now for poetry, we have one very simple and very fun activity to help learners understand poetry expression. So we've taken the example of this poem called Dear Grandma and Grandpa. How can we actually help learners emote for the poem, or teach them that different lines in this poem has different expressions? So in the last previous modules, we have dealt with intonation, we have dealt with tone. Now intonation and tone combined with expression is what helps the learner recite a poem, including pronunciation. Pronunciation is also something that we focused on in the previous module. So intonation, pronunciation, and emotion. So how can we actually help learners emote or express emotion for poems? A very simple activity called Emotion Station. Choose different corners of your classroom and put up stations. So it can be represented to a smiley face, or it can be represented through images or words, whatever is comfortable for your learners. So for example, here we have happy, we have sad or annoyed, and then here we have loving. Now ask your learners as you read the poem out to go to different parts of the station. For example, if you are reading a line like this, when we are with you, we always have fun. Ask them to move to the happy corner or happy station and smile. If we really need a hug or two. Now, this is a line where the poet might be expressing a sadness, So ask them to move to the sad or annoyed station and show you give you an expression of crying or feeling sad. And then we know that we can depend on you. Now they've moved to a caring or loving station where they are hugging, or they're showing care for each other. So these are ways we can help learners express emotions. Now expression particularly through the face and through the body language as they are reciting. So once you do this, the next time ask the learners themselves as they are calling out or saying the poem out loud to move to different stations and express themselves. So this was our video, dear teacher mentors, and these were our activities. So now I would ask if you do have any queries or any questions regarding what we have shared so far. please do let us know. We will be sharing the videos for each of the explainer videos and song and everything that we have created in this video with you separately as well. The links for that will be shared, and it will also be uploaded on Teachopia for your reference and for your use. Is there any question so far?
Yes, dear teachers, is there anything that you need clarification? ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರೂ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ವಿಡಿಯೋ ತೋರಿಸಿದಾಗ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಸಜೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಸಿಗೂ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಂಚಲನ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಸಜೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ವೇರೀಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಹಂಚ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ನೈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಇನ್ನೂ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಿದ್ರೆ? ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ರವಿ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ.
Let me have some discussion on the first thing they did about questions, right? So when the questions are shown in the screen, better just have to talk to the teacher with their own responses. That should be done. While dictionary work, that also whether better teachers should have some common dictionary available to all the students, so that the same work will be done by all the children. That type of arrangements must be done while teacher facilitate these activities. Can we do dear teacher mentors? Can all the teachers can do such activities in the
ಡಿಯರ್ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಸ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ರವೀಶ್ ಸರ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
So what I expect is, instead of teacher involving all those things, students should come up with their responses, or one student will ask the same question to other student. He may respond to that question. For example, who is the person here? They may answer, he is a boy. They are playing something, they are skipping, all those things. Based on the images, teacher can pose different types of questions. Not only the given questions in the screen, any familiar questions, they can modify the question and ask. Yes or no type questions also may be asked. Instead of WH questions, there may be some. Is what happens for WH questions, students will hesitate to answer the questions. So in the middle, do you find a bicycle there? Do you find some shops in the screen? How many kids are there? So this type of questions can be modified. Can it be done? Sorry, there was some here mentors, please, some activities here. Brother, can they able to unmute and talk?
Yes sir, they can unmute and talk. They are given the permission. Mentors, you can unmute yourself and talk. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ. ನೀವೇ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಹುದು. ಸರ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
Sir, definitely we can do these activities so that the children can comprehend easily, and these are the activities which help the students to improve their language too. It's a good activity, sir. Yes sir, or innovative also. We can just take up our own activities also along with the students, and we can ask them also to frame questions using WH questions. Thank you, sir.
Sir, Ravi sir, we would also want to encourage teachers to use this song that we have created, to help learners memorize WH questions, and especially for lower grades, it will help them in their pronunciation. It will help them also with remembering. It's a great mnemonic device for helping them to remember.
Very good. Very good. Excellent.
Yeah, sir, we want to request an just as an activity that the teacher mentors can take to the centers. If the song can be given to the teachers, and we can motivate the teachers to come up with actions along with their students for the song and send it to us, so that other teachers are also motivated to help their learners, and it is also a good language activity by including body movement and singing to remember WH questions. So if we could please request the mentors to carry this forward in their centers, it would be a great activity, and it send us the videos also, so we would be able to see it and also talk about it and post it and things like that.
Yes, Ms. Bauman, they should plan for some groups by all the teachers for this song.
Yes, sir, definitely. And we also have the arts integration activity, sir, that can be carried to the centers. Dear mentors, please take notes. Take note. This videos will be shared with you. It's can be used making very simple, using very simple materials like paper and glue. Also, the sentence stick activity is very simple. Again, using ice cream sticks and cups. These are very useful activities that can be taken to the classrooms, and that mentors can practice with the teachers if they would like in their centers.
Sure, ma'am. Swati ma'am is requesting for the video links. Ma'am, it will be shared with you across in 2 days.
Yes, definitely, Swati ma'am. We will share it with you as soon as possible. And we will update you as well.
Apart from this, are there any doubts from mentors' side regarding the transaction of Sanchalana sessions during the coming Saturday? Or are there any difficulties in taking these things to the classroom or to the Sanchalana center? If there are anything, you can share it here, or you can write it in chat box, or at least if not here, you can definitely write it in the WhatsApp group. We'll try to address them.
Can this be recorded webinar? This session's recorded.
Yes,
video?
yes, sir. This session is recorded. We will definitely send out the recorded video.
Okay. Anyhow, you it will be shared in the.
Yes, sir. It will be shared in the group. The recorded video and the explainer videos, both will be shared across with all the mentors. Thank you, Nagbhushan sir. It would be great if we could reach to children as well. Ravi sir, if there are no other questions, can we conclude the session?
Yeah, sure, Brinda. Thank you, dear teacher mentors, for joining us.
Time is up, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ravi sir, thank you for joining us and addressing this session. Thank you, Brinda.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michelle. Ravi sir,
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for being with us and for facilitating the discussion with the mentors. And mentors, I again thank you all for being with us throughout the year, hoping for more and more in the next year as well. Yeah, definitely. Let us all hope that the Sanchalana this month will come out really well. All the best for your session, and we'll be sending out all the resources at the earliest. Thank you so much, Ravi sir, for being with us. Thank you, mentors, for being with us, and Michelle and Ms. Pa, thank you so much for facilitating the session.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I'm leaving.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
Brinda,
you,
for
sir.
hosting. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear teachers.